Nigeria's police is a total, according to the former IGP Solomon Arase, we are about 470 or 400,000 police officers. More than 200,000 of that number are drafted to protect politicians, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and anybody of influence. Do you know what it costs the DSS to take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every day to court and back? Have you seen the budgeting? For him, there will be Mopo, there will be DSS, there will be police, there will be road safety. Roads will be blocked. If you see the entrance of the court, how will you protect Yelewata in Benue State?
Aye, when everybody
is somewhere. So there are places in Nigeria that are ungoverned spaces. Meanwhile, politician, as he gets in Mopo, the wife has her own. The children are also protected, extended families. There are police officers who are also carrying purse for Olori. Going to party to help her take her food from the buffet. So all of that system, it is a structure of criminality. That is how Nigeria is configured, not to do well. A Yahoo boy can go to a police station and take 4 Mopo to follow and go one burial. Just recently, you saw a video that they investigate. An actress was running or jogging and had how many Mopo beside them?
A truck. I
didn't see the police. I just saw the badly constructed
vehicle.
That's
okay. So that is where it is. Until you unbundle that structure of criminality that protects the elites. We were in Abuja recently. We went to court on the day they arraigned Senator Natasha. I followed somebody because there were some other cases there. You needed to see the entrance of the court because a senator was being arraigned, or not a criminal offense, or civil defamation. It was like there was an attack there. Peter Obi made a statement publicly and said, I am not a saint, but I'm not a thief. Daddy Freeze, 98% of Nigerian politicians cannot make that statement because they are thieves.
My greatest criticism of Obi, I love him as a person.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant and all, but I can't divorce him from the fact that he worked hand in hand with Abacha. He was the MD of the National Ports Authority under a regime like General Sani Abacha's regime.
Yeah.
We know that in this world, the corruption of a country starts at its ports.
Yeah.
How can we have this great, fantastic political leader who is a saint today but worked with General Abacha?
Nigerians have an idea that you may need to look for a saint, but there is corruption even in the Vatican where the Pope is. There is corruption in Mecca where people go as the Holy Land to go and stone the devil at the Mount of Arafat. The issue is, are the characters and competencies of a person pointing to the fact that you can use public office for public good. If you want to check on those bases, Peter Obi, a person like him, has been consistent with his politics. And look, if you want to really be fair to the person of Peter Obi, of course he could have worked in the Abacha administration, he could have worked, but what has been his track record? What was his wealth before going into public office as a governor? What did he get after? Remember that for the kind of opposition Peter Obi has been, if there was one thing that the government could have had against Peter Obi, he should be in court. The person who succeeded Peter Obi, Chief Wilberforce Obiano, is in the EFCC. The current pension scheme of President Tinubu includes overseas medical treatment for a non-specified number of family members. Have you read the pension scheme of Lagos State governors? Including routine changing of cars, security vehicles, houses in Maitama, in the choice places in Asokoro or Maitama, in Lagos. Have you seen the Lagos State governor's pension bill? The salary of a former governor.
Wait, Lagos State governor?
Yes.
Has a house, or is supposed to have a house.
On your retirement, you are supposed to have a house.
In Abuja.
And Lagos. Go and download them and check. And Obi comes out and tell you that they even gave me land and I wrote a letter to reject. Look, it is not, you cannot get a person as a saint, or you cannot claim to be a perfect person. But when it comes to the character, capacity, and consistency in public office, I think that we should be fair to a person like Peter Obi. What was President Tinubu doing before he became a politician? People in Nigeria, politicians have wealth without enterprise. People go into public office 4 years, become billionaires, and they call them philanthropists. With which person money? You carry state money, they use person money, do philanthropy. No possible. Then you are going to pocket it. The money you should have used to provide blanket health insurance for all people, you pocket. Then one person go sick, you go give them. He go naked, go stand for beach. They pray for you during election. Say make you win. As against what? Please, when we talk about character and competence, I think that a person like Peter Obi, even if I'm not holding his place, have proven. Anybody that will tell you that I was not withdrawing from my salaries as a governor and I am not taking... What Nigeria is experiencing today is the ghost of the Buhari presidency. Tinubu and Buhari are each other's, they complement each other and they inherit each other in the same way. He worked to bring him, he worked to bring this person. That is where Nigeria is. The mistake in 2015 was that Nigerians paid more attention to who they wanted to vote out than who they were bringing in. So in search of a solution, Nigeria institutionalized a calamity. And we have been struggling to undo that calamity till date. Because they are not like Jonathan, who will say my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian and I will stay off in 2015. No, these ones are hell-bent on holding. It's a political dynasty. They rather die.
So what do you think Nigerians should
do? So when it comes to whether old or young, my response is build a system of accountability. No, there is nobody that has integrity in the long run. Is mostly to people you may not know. Incoming, as I have had this relationship, this is my first time of meeting you. If we build on this relationship, if tomorrow I happen to be president of this country, if you commit an offense that I have the powers to release you, I will not see you go to jail. I will not watch my wife go to jail. That is human. Integrity most times is channeled towards people that you may not really know relate to with blood. You can't watch your mother go to jail. But when there is a system that enforces and holds everybody to account, everybody will sit up. The US system that you see, Donald Trump is not a saint. No US president is a saint. It is the institutions that instill discipline on you. Whether you want to be corrupt. Ben Carson went when he in Trump's first term. You know Dr. Ben Carson, the renowned neurosurgeon. He was appointed, gifted hands, think big, God bless you. He was appointed US Secretary of Housing by President Trump. He went there because he's a wealthy man. He took some of his own personal resources to refurbish his office. He was invited by the US Congress. See, there is an account, there is a budget. You cannot do ostentatious. If we need, there is an office of budgeting. Yes, you have money, but now you're in public office. When you're in private sector, you can do. So there are, in America, they say you cannot beat traffic because there is a system that will capture before you know they can't serve you paper. Have you not seen white men beat traffic in Lagos? Have you not seen expatriate drink and drive? Nobody is born with the innate ability to do good. You are an open slate.
We have camera in Lekki now.
Okay, they work.
It actually works.
So it works. It works.
But it will catch you drunk.
It not go catch you drunk. And then when it catch you, by the time you register you, you go there. You think say if he catch you, where be you? And he catch senator. Now the same offense, now punishment, both of now. Politicians are doing everything to ensure that it doesn't gain traction. This issue, that is why every other thing they don't mind to bring a distraction, and with every day you spend time talking about something else from 2027 is a waste of time. They are consolidating on 2027. This government is one of the only governments who came in 2023 and less than 1 year began campaign for the next election. This current government is more interested in politics than governance. So if you are not interested in that politics by 2027, you are already on the back foot. So it doesn't matter. A lot of people have good reason why they will not be interested. I mean, there are people who were championing good causes. Reno Mokri was here some time ago. And then recently he was talking about how, Nigeria is an oil poor country and all of that. Imagine a mentality or a mindset of people where you value your resource or your riches with your natural resource. It's against your human capital development. The wealth of a country is being measured by how many oil we have. Meanwhile, if you take all of Nigeria's oil and give them good leadership, they will still be wealthier than some of the nations in the world. How many oil does Singapore have?
That's deep.
So when you see people like that who held the trust of the public, take a 360 and begin to glorify what they once condemned, people have good reason not to believe in the process. But at the end, I keep asking everybody, what is your other choice? Keep quiet and continue to die. Whether or not we speak up, Nigeria can happen to you. It's better we find the courage. So we are still doing this, clarion call and calling on people. A lot of persons are coming in. Gradually, as you talk, as I talk, they change. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. Nation building is not a sprint, it's a marathon. We keep trying.
Very true. So you said something that this government is more interested in politics than governance.
Yes.
Recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu launched the Renewed Hope Agricultural Program. Now, 2 years in office, the president promised to make agriculture, sexy again.
Yes.
And ensure that we are, self-sufficient, we can feed ourselves, and we don't have any issues because the land is green.
Yes.
But there were some very important questions that you asked.
Yes.
I would like for you to talk about the program first, this new agricultural program that has been launched, and then those questions that you posed, what exactly and why exactly did you pose those questions?
That is why I pose those questions, because to re-emphasize my first statement that Nigeria, what we call government, is organized criminality. So criminality is just cascaded to the other tiers of government. Without accountability, if you give local government autonomy, what you are doing is local government autonomy for corruption. If you diversify to agriculture, you are diversifying corruption to agricultural sector. The Renewed Hope agenda, according to sending, and by the way, that was where President Tinubu met his schoolmate. I don't know if you went to Chicago. Any of you went to Chicago State University here too?
I have my master's there.
Oh, you had your master?
I'm joking.
Okay. You know Miss Alex?
Yes, you.
Was it one of your persons? So I'm sure that was where.
No, but Reno said he went to the school.
Yes,
Reno
and
actually said so.
They provided evidence.
Yes, that he did not go to that school.
No,
that
he
he
went to
that
the school.
Reno Mokri, I have the video on my phone. He's one of the only persons who has gone to Chicago State University and confirmed that President Tinubu did not school there and that he was a drug lord, according to Reno's own statement. That he got a docket to show that. Reno Mokri is one of the only persons who has gone to that school to confirm.
No,
that's not what
Reno
said.
He
said.
retracted that statement.
I think I think he said it, then went to the school, found out, and then retracted.
Yeah, he
Bola
retracted.
Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who's going to be the Minister of Labor and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, that it had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me.
In any case, what he was establishing here is the fact that he went to go and establish that the president is a known drug lord that was convicted, talking about his drug forfeiture case in the United States, and why he did not attend or complete whatever program he claimed to have completed in the Chicago State University. So when you see a person like Reno Mokri make a 360, the mistake you will make in Nigeria is to take political jobbers for genuine statesmen. Not everybody who criticizes a bad government is interested in a better country. A lot of persons are okay to take corruption for as long as they are beneficiaries of it. You can criticize corruption, but the question is, if the tables turn and it begins to favor you, is it still corruption? Have you seen when Reno Mokri was singing praises of person like Mr. Peter Obi? He said on this show that he never liked him. He made videos on that. Let me show you.
You get receipt.
Let me show you now, so that you know go be like say, nah, this thing.
But let's talk about Peter Obi while you're looking for the video.
The video is here.
When you see we came in for the National Prayer Breakfast. But you see, I listened to this man. I listened to Governor Peter Obi. And, ex-Governor Peter Obi, the plans, the ideas, this man raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. He raised the bar of leadership in Nigeria. Since he left office, can you believe that this man does not take anything, not even like a penny from the Anambra State government? And while he was there, he was a man that built up Anambra State. Anambra State used to be almost educationally disadvantaged. And then in less than 2 years, he brought them to be number one. He left that state with a reserve. Look, we need people like this. I'm so proud of Governor Obi. I listened to him today, and I was touched. Like the way
he was touched.
In Nigeria, I'm very proud of this man.
Wow.
Look at everything that he has touched. He made money for himself in the private sector. He made money for Anambra State in government. Anambra State doesn't borrow money. Are you aware of that? These bailout funds that the current administration is giving states. Anambra State, he left enough for Anambra State. I'm very proud of this man.
Wow. But he was only doing something because former President Jonathan sent him. So it was former President Jonathan who sent him to sing these praises and adoration. You see, Nigerians, a lot of Nigerian politicians cannot survive opposition. Once your government has left office, you left office in 2015 with President Jonathan. You tried to fight the Buhari government, you couldn't come back. You were almost like a fugitive in a foreign country. You know that the only way you can come back and reconnect to that conduit of collecting from the national cake is to begin to sing praises of the current administration. So people will go back and swallow their words. No, Reno Mokri led a protest to chase President Tinubu out of London. He led a protest, the hotel where they went there, and he boasted about it. It is Reno Mokri who is telling you that he never liked President Jonathan and that President Tinubu is the next good thing after best thing after sliced bread. Take Nigerian politicians at their word at your own risk.
There are times you listen to Nigerian story, guys, you're welcome back. There are times you listen to Nigerian story and you're wondering to yourself, how did we get here? Like this guy Peter said, until this criminality is removed, a person like Peter Obi still has the credibility to become a president of Nigeria. Now, you cannot judge a Peter Obi based on a military administrator who was the person of Abacha. You all know how Abacha was unaliving people. I forget about now that they are trying to, Abacha's children are fighting all the things they are saying about Abacha. I will not even be angry with them because the same people who are throwing the blame on Abacha had their own scores or had their own contribution to this whole madness that happened in the time of General Sani Abacha. Now he's no longer alive and people are still talking about the Abacha loot, the money he collected, the money he got. Why can't these people now, you see, when they say, Reno Mokri is praising this man, why is record? And then some Nigerians will not come back to sit back and look at this thing critically to say it's true. Reno was saying good things about Obi. Reno went to the UK to go remove Tinubu, forcibly remove him from the government house there in the UK. All of these things were happening. And all of a sudden, people have forgotten what happened in 2023. And this man was seriously doing these things because he knew very well that he wanted to come back into power. What happened after the swearing in? Did you people not see Reno Mokri in the villa, wearing his agbada, sitting with Baba, You saw him. Except for those people who want to pretend like everything is okay, nothing like that really happened, or it didn't even bother them. Those ones will be lying to themselves. Until we wake up to say enough is enough through electoral reforms, just like Peter has been saying. Peter is this guy on Beret. If we wake up to say there must be electoral reforms, let me tell you, the electoral reforms will put in place institutions that can make things work, like can make you actually behave normal. Like he mentioned that some people, the police officers will be guarding people that he's not supposed to guard, or they are not supposed to guard, but they guard these people because they have so made the Nigeria, government as though it's their father's wealth. Nobody is respecting rule of law. They just see, if Nigeria, like he mentioned, if Nigeria is giving good governance, Nigeria will be better than everywhere you are seeing in the world that you are admiring today. All Nigeria needs is just good governance. Did you hear the word I said? Just good governance. It's not even all, because now in Nigeria, if you go to moringa, we have the largest farm of moringa. Do you know how much a plate of moringa costs in the UK? That's if we were supposed to now export it. Do you know how many barrels of what we call the shea butter? Do you know we call it the ori, but shea butter? Do you know how long it takes shea butter to start producing? And every day shea butter leaves Nigeria, and the government do not even know on paper what is going out. They only know from the back door. And these things keep happening on a daily basis. Every small thing they will drag Peter Obi, because without Peter Obi, Reno Makery cannot have views. Without him, he can't make money. So he constantly brings Peter Obi into a conversation that has nothing to do with Peter Obi. He brings him in. But the truth is that Peter Obi, I'm going to attach a document here where Peter Obi wrote to the Anambra State government, where Peter Obi wrote to them to say he doesn't want a penny. Just like they'll say, okay, let me put this document, then we'll continue. In Nigeria, whether you are you can see it is addressed to government of Anambra State, Nigeria. In Nigeria, like he mentioned, if you leave government, or whether you are now in another position, meaning that as Tinubu is still collecting the benefit of becoming a Lagos State governor, and he's still going to collect the benefit. And this one is not like they disentangle it, or I don't know the word to use. It's not like they cut it. When you become president, you start collecting the one of president. No, you collect the one of governor as ex-governor and still collect the one as president or ex-president. But Peter Obi never collected any of those. And now Peter Obi said he just wants to be given one term. And I've seen people saying, oh, this new party, if they don't give Peter Obi, they have to give Peter Obi. So people say, no, they can't give Peter Obi. EL-RUFAI is regretting. Yesterday, EL-RUFAI, a statement went out where EL-RUFAI was regretting not supporting Peter Obi. He mentioned that, because Peter Obi is Igbo, he did not want to support Peter Obi. And now he regrets that Peter Obi was the one that won Tinubu with a landslide, but he was being deceived. Now the Northerners are suffering more than the Igbos. Are you seeing that? I told someone on that when we saw that thing come out to the internet, I said, may God make our enemies, people who have lied against us, to come to a place where they are on their knees saying these things about us. And I said on that comment, I said, let it not be that he's trying to say these things to get support from the Igbos, because whether we like it or not, the Igbos have been the most marginalized people in Nigeria. I am not Igbo. Before you think I'm saying it because I'm from there, I'm not Igbo. Nothing concerned me with them. But what I'm saying is that the Igbos have been and they are the ones that have shown so far. They have shown that if they enter into power, things will move. If you give somebody who knows how to do business Nigeria to take care of, the person will do well. And people will be saying that he wants to go and do one term. It's a good thing. They should give him the opportunity. That he said there are other countries that have turned over the fortunes of their place in 2 years. That why can't he do it in 4 years? So if Peter Obi comes, a lot of things will change. So if EL-RUFAI can be praising Peter Obi today, after saying Peter Obi cannot even win Anambra, then there's a problem somewhere. If EL-RUFAI can call Igbo people his brothers today, then there was a problem somewhere, or there is still a problem somewhere, and it still goes to institutions until we do reforms that will make people know that if you do not do well, they can take you out by the people. Because if we are truly practicing democracy, they say democracy is the government of the people, by the people and for the people. So if El-RUFAI today is praising Peter Obi, they say Peter Obi that he gathered his Islamic clergies and was insulting the Christian, insulting Peter Obi, calling him an infidel. So tell me, this is 2023. It's just before the 2 years tenure entered into, before they completed 2 years in office. El-RUFAI had already started praising Peter Obi, calling him the best thing that has happened to every human being since after sliced bread. So that's to show you that El-RUFAI knew the truth, but he decided to turn a blind eye just because he wanted to be in the good book of his party. But when he went for his ministerial screening, did you see the kind of embarrassment El-RUFAI got? But you see, that is how God will continue to expose them, and they will say the truth without them knowing. A big